All right, welcome everybody to this week's edition of the 10X Business Owners Mastermind Group Call. So we moved this call to 12 p.m. Pacific time, so that way more and more people can join. We just did the relaunch of this program, and so we're already starting to have people sign up. So each call going forward, there's going to be more and more people on it. And so if you're on the live call, it's going to be important that you look out for an email that should automatically go to you either this afternoon or tomorrow, either Monday afternoon or Tuesdays. I have to find out from Patty what it is, but it's called a hot seat application. And so as this group fills up, the people that are going to be on the live call, if you want to get live coaching, you're going to have to fill out that hot seat application because, in order to be on the live call and get live coaching. So, but today it looks like we got one person on the call, and then there'll be more joining us here in a minute. But let me go ahead and mute everybody. I want to get into our topic today, and then I'm going to open it up for some live coaching. Current, boom, boom. Okay, all right. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is how to create leverage in your business. Ultimately, whenever you start a business, it's all you. Everything about it is you. You're the marketing person, the sales person, the graphic design person. Everything hinges and relies on you to get things done. And so you're like in that first stage, which is kind of the cash flow stage. And so you got a business idea, you've got a business license now, you want to go to market and generate money. So the first thing you got to do is you got to go out and create money. And so you go out and you say, okay, market, I'm going to sell this product or service. I've priced it at this level, and boom, next thing you know, you've got a sale. And so all you did by doing that is prove that the market wants what you have to offer. And so now all you got to do now is figure out, okay, how did I have that success? And then go out and repeat that success over and over and over and over and over again until you get the amount of money that you need to reinvest in your business. Now, James, hand me that book, Profit First, right over there. All right, so I highly recommend if you get this book, okay? It's called Profit First. It's by Mike Michalowicz. Okay, so regardless of whether you've been in business for a while or you're just getting started, you want to structure your finances just like he lays out in that book, and that way you're taking your profit first and you're always going to be profitable. Because when you get to the point where you need an extra body, an extra hand, you're going to have the money to cash flow that. So I'll give you an example. I started this consulting business, 2013, and December 2nd, 2013. And it was all me. I was the one having to do everything. Okay. It took about 4.5 months of executing to get it to a point where it was making a 6-figure income. Then I took that money and started hiring assistants because I wanted to create leverage. So leverage comes down to in a business is I want to do certain things in my business, and there are certain things I want to grow my business to where I can have somebody else do it. And so there is 4 lists, okay? And I've taught this to many people, but there's 4 lists that you want to create and constantly look at as a business owner. The first list is you want to list out every single thing that you do in your business. Email, phone calls, appointment setting, graphic design, whatever it is that you do in your business, you want to create a list of those things. Now, remind me in the Facebook group, right? I'm going to upload, I have this whole exercise I'm talking about right now. I have it completely listed out, okay? Step by step with a spreadsheet, how to do it and everything, okay? So we want to make sure to get that up in the Facebook group. But you do the 4-list exercise. So list out in list number 1, every single thing that you do in your business. List number 2 is looking at list number 1. What are the things on list number 1 do I not want to do and that I'm not great at? And that will be list number 2. It's going to be, you're going to pull it up from list number 1. List number 3 is going to be dramatically shorter. It's going to be the stuff left over that you love to do, that you want to do more of, and you want to have that on list number 3. And then finally, list number 4 is you're going to look at list number 2 and you're going to look at list number 3 and you're going to ask yourself, what can I automate? What can I delegate? What can I outsource? Okay, on both lists. And that's going to give you, and if you look at the spreadsheet that James is going to upload, there's a column there called time. How much time a week do you spend on that item? You don't have to be accurate, just guess the best that you got, okay? And that way you can sort it. And what I tell people that I work with one-on-one is we're gonna systematically take on one thing and remove one thing each week off that list, and we're gonna automate it, delegate it, or outsource it, okay? And over time, you get all that stuff off your plate and properly automated, delegated, or outsourced. And it's as simple as that. That's how you create leverage in your business. So this call is a great example of leverage. So on this call, I spend 1 hour a week. I'm going to talk for 15 minutes on a topic. Today it's called leverage. Anybody on the call is going to get a hot seat, and then I'm going to be done. Now, what you don't see is behind the scenes here is James is back there with all his video recording equipment. And we're recording it on a different camera. We've got the audio on a different source as well. And behind the scenes, I have a graphic designer who's going to create a custom graphic for this particular call. Behind me, even though you see it says 10X Business Owners Mastermind Group, that is a virtual background because there's an actual green screen behind me. And so the actual camera's recording the green screen. We're going to take that, we're going to chop that video up into bite-sized chunks, and that's going to feed all my marketing for the next week or 2. My content writer, Laura, is going to listen to this call, and she's going to write a blog article about it. And then she's going to write about 35, 40 different social media posts that are going to go out to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. James is going to process the video here, and that's going to go up on Vimeo. It's going to go up on YouTube. It's going to go on LinkedIn. It's going to be disseminated all over the place. The full-length video, the full call is going to go into the 10X Business Owners Mastermind Group online library, and it's going to be carved out into my topic of leverage, and anybody on the call, I'm going to deal with their business problem, and I'm going to solve it, and that's going to be titled a certain business problem. It's going to be carved out and put on there as well. The audio is going to be able to feed any type of podcast that I want to do. What else am I missing? Christine's gonna use it on the website. Okay, so it'll be updated on the website. So all kinds of magnets are going to get created out of it, all because of this 1 hour. So this 1 hour is going to produce behind the scenes with the team that I built about 40 hours of leveraged time. So I used to have to do all that crap, and I don't have to do any of it no more. The only thing I do now is I come here, I sit in this chair, I press record, and we're rocking and rolling. Behind the scenes, other people are doing that. Now, it wasn't that way in the beginning, but it literally drove me to create enough cash flow in the business to where I can have somebody else do all the stuff that I don't want to do. That I'm not, and I'm not great at, and I don't want to do it. James does way better video than I do, okay? Laura writes a whole lot better than I do. She makes it look, feel, and smell like it came from me. Christine is good at social media and marketing strategy and all that stuff. Roberta Lopez is good at picking up the phone and making phone calls and setting appointments. Facebook, what?
This 10X group is going to be on there too, so that everybody can see and can socialize too.
Yeah, and then the 10X group is going to be up there so everybody can socialize. So there's all kinds of leverage that gets created. So let's bring this back to you, okay? How does this work for you in your business? So here's what I want you to do. Create 4 lists like I just laid out, okay? And then what I want you to do is you need to invest in some capture tools. So once you get your list of all the stuff, start thinking. You may not be able to create leverage right now, but I want you to start building your online training university for the people that you are ultimately going to delegate, outsource, or automate to. So what I use is I use a tool called Zoom, ZOOM.us. I do the paid for version. It costs me $14.99 a month. You can use the free version. It's just that you're going to be limited to 45 minutes on the recording. So whenever you pick something, let's just say you pick something like, if a person sets an appointment for me, I respond with this, right? So what you're going to do is fire up Zoom, hit record, and you're going to do the task that you do, and you're going to capture the screenshots, your voice and everything. And now you're going to have a module of how to do that particular task, okay? And every single thing that you do, every single thing that you list out on that list, you want to use video and audio captured recordings to create your processes and procedures. This is an unbelievable book right now. I'm going through this book. I had a chance to speak on stage with this guy, Mike Michalowicz, book called Clockwork, okay? And it's how to create your design your business to run by itself. And as I'm going through here, I'm like, I've done a lot of this stuff, and he's absolutely right about how to do it. And so the whole thing is getting your business to the point where it runs without you. And this is how you do it. You use capture recording software to capture everything that you do. So that way, when you're in a position to hire somebody, and it doesn't have to be an employee. Like I have one W-2 employee, and I have 5 other outsourced 1099 resources because I don't need to hire them. I needed one person, not 6 people, okay? And so, but I use capture tools to create all that stuff. I'll give you another big tip. Email is probably the biggest sucker of time that you're going to encounter every single week as a business owner. So when you get to the point where you can afford $10 an hour, go and hire somebody out of Alabama or Nashville as a virtual assistant. Have that person literally call you up twice a day while you're driving to and from somewhere, and all they're going to do is you're going to be on the phone with them. They're going to read you your email, and you're going to tell them and how to respond. And then what's going to happen is over a 2-week period of time, you're going to have that completely off your plate because that person's going to understand what you consider spam. That person's going to be able to screen all your email before he or she even gets you on the phone. So when you get on the phone, right, it goes very, very quickly, and you look like a stud or a studette because you're quick to respond to email, and nothing falls through the cracks. Truth be told, gave me about 10 to 15 hours of my life back each week when I had my sister Sherry reading my email. Okay, and so that's just one of the things. Now, one last thing I want to talk about, and that is how to delegate properly, because this is where most business owners screw it up. You got your task now, you've got a training module now, and now you're ready to delegate it. And so what happens, you get this, you hire this resource, either as a W-2 person or a 1099, and you say, here you go, Joe or Mary, it's yours. So if you don't do it right, it's going to come back to you. They're going to ask you lots and lots of questions. Okay, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And finally, what happens to most business owners, they get so frustrated, they go, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to take it back because I can do it better and faster and quicker anyways. Wrong, okay? What you're hiring is you're hiring somebody to do it right, to do it better than you. You want them to succeed with it. So like I said, what you do, use capture video or audio capture recording software to record how you do it right now. And then you make sure that who you're going to delegate the task to, that number one, they have the skill set to be successful with it. Then you want to sit down and explain, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take on this task. I want you to watch this video. Once they watch the video, then you're going to sit down with them and say, hey, do you have a clear understanding of what I need to have done here? Yes. Do you understand what I consider success? Yes. Now, I don't want this to come back on my plate, so I'm going to give you 100% permission to make as many mistakes as you can so you can get good. And when you make those mistakes, I want you to figure out the solution so you don't make the mistake again. In fact, you have 100% my permission to make any improvements to the process to make it even better than what I was doing it. And I'm going to check back in with you at the end of the week to see how you're doing. But my expectation here is you now own the task and it does not come back to me. Okay? So are you clear on what I expect? Yes. Great. Good. There you go. Now I've given it to them. And the key is don't take it back. Okay? Let them stumble, let them fall, let them make mistakes, but give them 100% ownership of that task. And now it's going to be, it's out there. It's done. You know, it's off your plate. Now you're free to go and do more of what you want to get done. Okay? But that's how you create leverage. Now, over time, as your business grows, you're going to want to test where your business is at and make sure that you have the right systems in place. And so over time, you're going to outsource, delegate, automate all these different tasks off your list. Now, you're going to get your business to the point where your business seems to be able to run by itself. Well, the ultimate goal is to get your business to the point where you can disappear for 4 straight weeks to allow your business to see what happens, right? You're going to come back and either the business was more profitable when you were gone, or there was all kinds of stuff that came up that, you know, now you got to go fix, right? So you're going to come back, you're going to go through all that stuff and fix all those problems. Then you're going to go away for 2 weeks to test the things that you fixed. Then you're going to come back and fix some, tweak a little bit more. Then you're going to disappear again for 3 weeks. And you're going to test. And then finally, after you feel like you've got it all together, because there's going to be very little to tweak at that point, you're going to be able to disappear for 4 weeks. And now you have a business that runs like clockwork and by itself. And that's how you want to structure your business. But it all starts with you capturing all the stuff that you do, going through the 4-list exercise, creating the training modules, properly delegating, outsource one thing at a time or delegate one thing at a time or automate one thing at a time until you have everything off your list. And then you take your time to reinvest your time in the right areas of your business. Now you have a business that runs by itself. Okay. So that's the importance of creating leverage. Okay. So I'm going to unmute everybody. Anybody have any questions about that? Make sure I got the audio set up right. All right, let's see here. Okay, microphone, yeah. Okay, built-in speaker. All right, anybody have any, do you have any questions? Who's 415? 415941. You might want to check your mute button on your phone because you're unmuted on my side. Do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Yeah, everything's unmuted. Should be able to hear what I just in the chat. Okay. All right, well, if nobody has any questions, that's going to be our call for today. The recording is going to be up here a little bit later, and then we're going to upload all the resources to the Facebook group. So go out and make it happen. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you later. Bye.